Why would anybody want to get up in front of a bunch of people and try to make jokes?
I actually started trying to do it for myself because of depression. It's kind of like a therapy for me, and it's super cheap because, it's free.
I think the reason I do it is because when it's working, when you're with the audience, when you're getting laughs, when this material that you've created is really engaging the audience, there's not a better feeling. It's like a rush.
My parents liked comedy, and that was the only time that they wouldn't fight. I think subconsciously, in my head, it was like, oh, well, this is how to cure the world, is just to be funny.
Watched Bill Cosby himself special that my parents had recorded probably years before I was born, but just had a fascination with it since that point and started actually writing sets and performing when I was about 21 years old.
One of my friends said I would rather be on a plane going down in a crash than get up and do stand-up comedy.
I get terribly nervous on stage, and I did find out that I can't do it sober. I just get so panicky that it's like I'm on meth or something, and I'm shaking and stuttering, so yeah, now I make sure to have a few whiskeys before I go on stage.
I still get really nervous on stage, but mostly just kind of excited, and if it goes really well, it's just kind of like the best natural high.
When you write something with the intention of having somebody laugh and they laugh where you intended it, it's like, oh, maybe I'm not so mixed up and crazy and different than everybody else.
I had several people say, Chris, when you retire, you should try doing some comedy. I kind of laughed that off, but I thought, here I am, I've got time, I'm semi-retired, I've got this mind that's not shutting down around comedy, so let's go try it.
My style I use the most is probably kind of the more self-deprecating, because I'm extremely socially awkward, and especially around guys, and so I just kind of play that up a lot and use that quite a bit.
It can be really great therapy for people. Also, it could be really great validation.
I write a lot of stuff based on wordplay, and also try to mix in personal experience in there. But a lot of my comedy is a little bit darker, edgier, and so I wouldn't say it's all personal experience, because then I'd be like a crazy person.
I have multiple sclerosis, and it's been just kind of so great to have something to focus on and also kind of take from that stuff and kind of try to make it into something humorous. I was having kind of my little eye twitchy things that I do, and I wrote it into my set, took my eye patch up as a prop.
I thought I had some great material. I was going to do this old man routine, and I was going to transform from this younger guy into this old man with a jacket and this hat. And the other thing I mentioned as part of my set was that I quit drinking and using drugs like 25 years ago, and you just don't say that in a bar. I was not getting laughs. It was like being bare naked in the middle of traffic.
I'm very interested in philosophy, and as far as I can tell, stand-up comedy is one of the last few outlets where you can just use public rhetoric and talk philosophy.
I did a show at a cannabis cafe in Portland. One of the other comics on the show told me that the whole thing of the show is that everybody gets as high as they possibly can. Right before I went up, I found out that he was just lying. Halfway through it, I stumbled over a word or something like that, and then I just started getting really in my head. And at a certain point, I was like, oh, I'm still talking. I should check back in and see how I'm doing with the room. Me being on stage high is not a great idea, ever.
Stand-up comedians have always been my heroes. They're my favorite people.
I don't care if I make a fool of myself anymore.
I think it is something I'd continue doing probably forever.
It's life, it's family, it's people. I mean, we're all weirdos, so